Good day, everyone. Welcome to another JK Deal Reveal. And if you're new to the call, well, let's get you initiated. Let's dance.
Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and play.
All right, and good day. Welcome to everyone joining in live and listening onto the replay either on Facebook or on YouTube. Today on our deal reveal, we are going to go back to the sunny state of Florida, and we actually have one or two guest speakers. I know there's one in the room right now, Jeremy, and I'm going to give you some privileges to share your voice, and if you want, your face as well, but more importantly, perhaps, your value with the community, because Jeremy and potentially his partner, Kat, will be presenting a real live deal that you can take action on immediately, right? Immediately. So if you are excited for giveaways, well, this is basically a giveaway for you. We have a turnkey, ready to go short-term rental in Florida. And Jeremy just confirmed it's just gonna be Kat, actually. Okay, I guess they're using the other person's login, but we'll see you in a bit. So the giveaway, there's a couple of giveaways today. One, on a silver platter, you are going to see a property that you can jump into right now, a vacation rental property in Florida. And stay until the end. In about 10 minutes or so, 10-15 minutes, we'll see how much value our guest speakers are going to bring today. But there's also going to be another giveaway that relates to our epic blueprint that's happening at October 4th to 7th. And so I have a little mini announcement regarding that and an opportunity and a giveaway for you. And so you know how to find us on Facebook and so forth. We're getting excited because we're going to look at a deal. Hopefully, we're going to see some cash flow and some numbers that are better than Canada, but we are in Florida and we are in vacation rental territory. And so here we have it. This is the deal. The address is at the bottom of the screen. In the meantime, I'm going to give some powers to our guest speaker, and it shouldn't take too long. Let me just go in here and promote you. You have now been promoted. And just to make sure, I'm going to give you all the accesses you'll ever want or need. There we go. Now co-host. So is it Jeremy or Kat that's with us today? Ah, it's Kat. Wonderful. Oh, so nice to have you here.
Nice to be here. Yeah, I wonder if I could change my name down there. I don't know if I can, but it's Kat with a K. Jeremy is my husband. So I'm happy to be here.
You would be a very beautiful Jeremy, let me tell you. So ultimately, I'm going to stop the share. We basically have the address of the property at the bottom. I believe that you're ready to take over the screen share and, bring us on a little tour of this magical property. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, if it's okay, I'm going to screen share and just share a video presenting the property to you, because this is very special and very unique. So it can only really be described in a video. I think it can be described best in a video. I'll put it that way. So
sounds great.
Here we go.
We are in one of the most magical corridors for investment real estate in the world. This is Champion. Located only 12 miles from Disney World near Orlando, Florida, a themed rental like this can command an 80% occupancy rate. This property right here is going to turn you into an investing superhero. Let's show them around. All right, so I'm going to show you around the house. We've got a game room in here. We've got a couple other rooms that you're really going to love. If you'd like more information on this property, don't hesitate to reach out. And you can be certain that your investment will be protected by Earth's mightiest heroes.
And there we have it. The fully themed listing in Champions Gate, which is a full resort style community, as you can see.
I bet you can't guess the price of this.
Sorry,
one.
hold on.
We're in Seminole County.
That was my next video, just playing away. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if you want to ask questions or if you want me to just give you more of the details on the property. I'm happy to also include a link.
Yeah.
to more of the-
Let's maybe do a little bit of a hybrid. We do have some people live on the call right now. Maybe they have questions, and those are the most relevant ones to answer. But yeah, give us a little bit of what you maybe love most, other than it being protected by superheroes. That's always awesome. And the people who are live on the call, take this advantage. We have Kat here, who's been at the property, who knows it inside and out, and who's ultimately representing the property. So if you want to buy it, it is literally for sale, and this is the person to talk to. So yeah, what do you like most about it, Kat?
Okay, well, I'll highlight a few things. So most exciting, especially for an investor, is that we have actually reduced the price. It is now listed at $749,990. So that is a steal, because other homes that in this community are selling right at 700 that have not been themed. And theming like this can cost upwards of 100,000. So they just spent right under 100,000 to fully theme the property with the arcade style game room. And as you can see, like I don't even think, as cool as the video is, and I love our videographer and our team, I don't even think it does it justice when you see it in person. So that's really exciting. I'll also say, and I know, you know, they can turn to you for this kind of information, but once somebody grabs a hold of this property and starts getting reviews on this property, and starts really getting it out there, it can do tremendous. We've seen, you know, somewhere around an 80% occupancy rate on themed properties like this one. So yeah, that's some of the information for you. I hope that helps.
Absolutely, I'll vouch. And I guess they're shy today. I don't see any questions. If the chat isn't working, use the Q&A section to answer, to bring in any questions you might have. But I will vouch for that information. Under the right management, these theme properties do significantly outperform. And for those of you who do know our Magical Muggles Mansion, we are well above 80% occupancy right now. And you know, it's we're close to 150,000 on the Magical Muggles in the last year. And granted, this was an amazing property and theming job. And this was the first year, which means year 2 is going to be even better, because it takes time to build those review base. It takes time for even the opportunities for repeat customers, advance 1 year, 18 months in advance clients to start rebooking or booking in advance, international clients to get on all the platforms. It's not just Airbnb and VRBO. There's so many other platforms, including clients from Australia, from the UK, from Canada. There's so much that we can do if it's under the right management and marketing, especially.
Absolutely.
So
And
yeah.
so I don't know if I can share this, maybe a tip for your investors, but I know it's worked really well here in Central Florida, is when you take on a property of this caliber and this theming, if you can get some influencers like social media, YouTube, Instagram influencers in the property to showcase it, something like this does really well because it could go viral.
Absolutely. And on that note, in September, Magical Muggles Mansion is hosting a little convention of influencers. It's already booked in the calendar. So we're going to bring in not just one influencer, we're going to bring a bunch of influencers together in the low season, which is like mid-September, right? So when it's, the perfect time to do marketing.
Yeah.
And so I absolutely agree. This is part of the strategy. And you're rather new to the deal reveal, Kat, but we like to do two things, us Canadians investing in the US, foreign nationals. We like to buy properties at a discount, which it seems like we're doing here, right? If and just a normal property is about 700 and is about 100 in theming, my math adds up to 800, and
Yeah.
we're selling under 800, plus we're saving probably 2-3 months of getting the project done, and the chance that the person who does the work doesn't do it well, and the ups and the downs, the hiccups of managing a project and relying on someone else to put $100,000 of theming. So all that variability is out of the way. So we're buying at a discount and we're accelerating the process because we're just jumping into a turnkey, ready to go short-term rental. There's always more you can do, but it's pretty nice as it stands.
It
The
really is.
second golden rule is, are we buying income? Are we buying cash flow? And that's the question that Amanda just wrote up in the chat. Basically, how long has it been up and running, and what's the income history so far?
So with this one, we do not have an income history to share, unfortunately, because of all of the theming that they did, and they stayed in the property themselves. So, we're just talking about projections here that you could see with similar properties.
And what are those projections, if you have them on hand?
So, yeah, so I can tell you that this size of a property, it's renting anywhere from $250 a night up to $550 a night, depending on the season. And, like we said, about an 80% occupancy rate for the year.
Mhm. Beautiful. And we can do up some math right on the pop quiz. What is the range based on 250 to 550, 80% occupancy? What does that come out? And the first person who gets it might get an extra giveaway. But Amanda, you're absolutely right. Your follow-up question, what does AirDNA say? So that's absolutely something that people who do attend the Epic Blueprint, we do dive into AirDNA as a tool that you can basically estimate what a property in this area, this size, these amenities, how much are you expecting that to generate in the next 12 months based on market averages on Airbnb and VRBO? So that's something that maybe as we're continuing the conversation, maybe I'll go pull that up just to get some stats. But here's the really key thing that I talk about in the blueprint is that this is a themed property. So this is not an average property. AirDNA is going to give you averages, right? And so this is the power. If you go in AirDNA, which you can do right now and it's free, you go look at the rentalizer, pop in that address, and you'll see what an average property for that number of bedrooms in that area does. Well, consider that to be your baseline. If you're doing less than that with a themed property, there is a problem, right? And it's probably not the property. It's most likely the management, okay? And the marketing. So keep that. In AirDNA, go to the top properties in that area, and you're going to probably see that they have incredible amenities or that they are themed themselves. You got to compare apples to apples. So when you go there, don't compare a 15-bedroom with a 6-bedroom, right? Go to the 6 bedrooms that are similar model, similar amenities, similar level of theming, and see, are those doing average numbers? Absolutely not, right? That's the top end of what you're aiming for on this property. So now I'm going to stop talking. Hopefully there's more questions, and Kat, you can take it from here. If there's anything else you want to say, I'm just going to dive into AirDNA because it was asked.
Yeah. I mean, I was just going to say another, strong feature that I can add about this home is that it is right around the corner from all of the resort style amenities, the pool, the cabanas, they have an additional arcade, movie theater, and all of that. Yeah, is it okay if I drop the link to the listing in here? Okay, I'm gonna drop that. That was the link I just dropped, so you can check that out. And then the actual address she asked for, it's 9027 Shadow Mountain. I'll drop that too.
Yeah.
So you have it. Oh yeah, you got it.
Yeah, and this is a really interesting thing that you just mentioned. You might think gated community is gated community, but even within the gated community, there's a little bit of a hierarchy. How close are you to that clubhouse? How close are you from the amenities? For some people, it really doesn't matter. So long as I'm in Champions Gate, I'm in Champions Gate with access to this or that. But some people, especially the repeat buyers, they might be looking a little bit closer to the clubhouse for their next trip, right? So it's a longer term play, but I do think it does have value. Absolutely. All right. Any other questions that we have? Well, we have Kat on the line here. Okay. Well, let me share my screen because I did pull up AirDNA. And let's just confirm the data. It is a 5-bedroom. It does sleep 10 people. I think it sleeps more than that, doesn't it?
It is 6, hold on. How many people does it actually sleep? Because it's 6 bedrooms. 1, 2, 2. Probably sleeps about 12 people. Because it's got a kind of like a master suite downstairs. That has its own bathroom. And then upstairs, it has another master suite. And then it has 2 master suites, another larger bedroom, and then 1, 2, 3 themed bedrooms. And 2 of the themed bedrooms have bunk beds in them. And one of the themed bedrooms has 1, 2, 3, 4 bunk beds. So yeah, like 12.
Absolutely. I love it. And take a look at this. So on AirDNA, all I did is put in the address. I put in 6. Here the highest it goes is 6. So just be careful when you are putting in the 6+ marker. I would toggle between the 5 and the 6+ just to get a better sense of where the data is falling between that zone. So we see we're like at 85 to 90-ish thousand based on a 64% occupancy and ADR on average when this property is booked on average is at 363. So Kat, doesn't seem like you're lying when you said between 250 and 550. This is an average, right? This is all the properties in proximity to this one. These are the stats. But if you buy the data for AirDNA, and for some reason I'm not logged into the right one, you can go to the top properties and see what the top performers are doing. And I know for a fact that we are above 150,000 for the top performers here. Don't expect it to do that in the first year, but there is a potential to bring it up comfortably above 100,000 with this type of property, I'm sure. Maybe your first year, you'll be closer to this with average management, but with superior management, superior marketing, and years backing you up, influencers, return clients, I would say you are over 100,000 on this property by year 2 or 3. That's something that I would be comfortable to say right out the gate. Excellent. So any other questions? This is fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
And maybe we'll have the pleasure of having you on more often, right? This is just the first one, but you represent other properties in different price points, different communities, right? Tell us maybe a little bit about yourself and Jeremy, just to know.
Sure. Yeah, we are in Central Florida. We're in a suburb of Orlando called Oviedo, Florida, which is a little bit north of this area, the Disney area. So we sell all over Central Florida. We actually have another new listing that just popped up today that is in Seminole County, which is more of the residential long-term owners or homestead owners that would purchase properties there. So
Beautiful.
that's a bigger part of our business.
Awesome. So we're quite honored to have you here with us. Do we have time for one final question?
Sure.
Okay, from Kim. What would you say the expense ratio is for a property like this in this market? 50% question mark on this property. So if we count in the taxes, the insurance, the management, the maintenance, the utilities, the licenses, the buffers, like add all that up. Do you have an approximate idea based on your experience? And if you don't, that's fine too. But
Yeah, I mean, it really depend. I would say, I know what the management ranges are here. So I could speak to that, but as far as expenses, I'd have to get back to you about that.
and specific to different communities and different sizes, like the HOAs can range from none to 10
Yeah,
a year. Like it's quite the gap depending on
yeah. So the HOA for this specific community is $385 a month.
385 per month on
Mhm.
this one. Yeah,
Yep.
beautiful and excellent. And so yes, to factor in somewhere close to a 50%, if you're including the cleaning fees, like just that 50% rule is surprisingly accurate across the board. That does not include the mortgage. And that's where the biggest variability happens in this expense. If you're carrying a 600,000 mortgage at 12% because you got a terrible mortgage, that's going to really hurt, and you will probably not cash flow with this property, right? But if you buy it cash, or if you have a partner in the US and you manage to get more US based rates, you know, you will most likely cash flow on this. And again, it's not so much the year one. I know we want to cash flow right out the gate, but have a little bit of patience. And in that first year, if you see the numbers are not where you want them to be, work with your team, work with management to get the word out, right? Build partnerships, build what you have to do. Because one property, imagine one property bringing 80,000 or bringing 150,000. That difference is a full-time salary from somebody, and a pretty decent one too, right? You could stop working, just focus on marketing this property and making it hit its true potential. And it's a worthwhile, because then that potential is being recycled year after year. Kat, would you agree with a statement, something like that? Or I'm just getting excited
No.
here.
Oh, I totally agree. I mean, I know that, being able to market the property and, get those reviews popping and really to just highlight the property on, those different channels is going to make a massive difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%, 100%. We have already secured half a dozen international marketing partnerships, and we're on another half dozen of the main platforms: Airbnb, VRBO, Booking.com, and so forth. So yeah, and we did everything so far just with the main ones, because that's where most of the bookings get generated. But over time, right, when your management company knows you're not going to switch out on them, because it takes a ton of effort, time, and money to launch a listing and start optimizing it. That's why they don't typically launch on all the platforms at once. Once you're in for 6 months, 9 months, okay, now it's time to invest a little bit more into you and your property to really go get its full potential. So no one's afraid of anyone's pulling the plug and losing out ultimately. So that's awesome. That's fantastic. Any final words you'd like to mention here? I don't see any other questions, so we'll let you go. But any
Yeah.
final thing that we absolutely have to know about you or the property? Anything at all? This is your time to shine.
Yeah, I mean, I added the link there. We are Kat and Jeremy West, the West Collection in Orlando, Florida. So if you have any needs, we'd be happy to help you out. And we help buyers and sellers all over Central Florida.
Sounds great. And if there's anything at all, they can always go through us in the Now for Tomorrow community, and we'll gladly make the connection as well. So thank you so
Awesome.
much, Kat, for your time. Send lots of love to Jeremy. He was here
I
in
will for
spirit.
sure. Okay, have a good one. Bye, guys.
Absolutely. Take care. Beautiful. So that was pretty fun. I hope everybody enjoyed. And so, is this a deal or no deal for you? Let's hear it up in the chat. And for those on Facebook as well, I know Sandra, you messaged. I can't go to the other screen right now, but I'm going to read your message after the fact. The giveaway. The giveaway is that if you want to really learn in depth how to do this, including short-term rentals in Florida, the Epic Blueprint is coming, and we have still our early bird pricing available for the first action takers. So you just need to send an email to us. You just get on the wait list, okay? info@nowfortomorrow.club, and we are going to shave off anywhere between $500 and $1,000 off your Epic Blueprint ticket. And if you even want your accommodations included, we've got a premium ticket, which makes it even more affordable across the board, because we are going to host you for the entire event and 3 extra days around the event. So you can enjoy Florida. You can, go out and look at more properties than the ones we look at during the bus tour. And you can ultimately leave Florida with some offers on the table and maybe even a signed purchase and sale agreement. So that's our Epic Blueprint coming up early October, and the early bird special is still on. Let us know if you're interested. info@nowfortomorrow.club. The JK team will take care of you and make sure to inform you when the official launch begins, but then the prices will be at their regular higher rate. So we got the bus tour. That was our deal reveal. That was the giveaway. I hope you enjoyed. Have yourself a great rest of your day. And if you would like your deal to be featured on the deal reveal, it's very simple. Same email, info@nowfortomorrow.club. All you need to do is submit the address and the price, as little or as much information as you want. I will work with it, and we will ultimately present it as a deal or no deal opportunity. So with that being said, have a great one. We'll see you a little later. And for those who are on the NFTC advanced call at 8, we're going to talk about how to deal with the IRS when someone else does a mistake and it falls on your lap. I'm going to share a story that happened this week and how I managed to save almost $5,000 in other people's mistakes, and that was going to fall on our lap if I didn't step in. And so the beautiful joys, there's lots of learnings, lots of growth opportunity, and that's what we're going to talk about at 8 this evening. So have a good one. We'll see you soon. Take care. Now for tomorrow.